Good evening and welcome to a very chilly Warwickshire, and following their heartbreaking departure from the FA Trophy on Saturday at the hands of Concord Rangers, Leamington's cup success this season now rests on whether they can retain their regional title as the Birmingham Senior Cup champions as they welcome Wolverhampton Wanderers under-23s to the Phillips 66 in a quarter-final of the oldest regional competition in the country. The last time these sides met was in the 2017 final at Molineux, where Leamington came out victors to win their first Birmingham Senior Cup on penalties following a 1-1 stalemate between the two sides. Despite a courageous fight back on Saturday that saw them come back to draw level not once but twice against a disciplined Concord Rangers side, Leamington's dreams of Wembley ultimately came to an end when, after 120 minutes of football and 9 penalties, Jack Edwards saw his final spot kick of the shootout saved as Leamington were dumped out of the FA Trophy. As for the Wolves youngsters, they progressed into the quarter-final of the Senior Cup with a 6-0 demolition of Tividale in January, but have just 2 wins in their last 14 games in all competitions and find themselves propping up the under-23s Premier League table with just 2 league wins all campaign after earning promotion to the top youth division at the end of last season. Wolves in their black and gold strip with black socks as kickoff is just taken and McFarlane straightens the action. McFarlane down the right hand side, early chance for Leamington, and McFarlane just outside of his boots sends his shot wide of the right hand post, but early danger signs for Leamington in this Birmingham Senior Cup quarter final. Just played back to his goalkeeper Jake Weaver, who is sporting the light green goalkeeper kit this evening. Between the sticks for Leamington, he sends a long ball up to Parker, right hand side of the penalty area, looks to dink it over Sondergaard, but Sondergaard stayed on his line and stayed home and is able to comfortably take that into his arms. Here's Otasoe, left-hand side, bursting forward into the feet of Campbell. But it's taken off his side by Mace. Parker heads on and controls his own header. Parker now charging at the back line of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Edwards is free on the left-hand side, bursting into the penalty area. Jack Edwards left-footed, and it's stopped at his near post by Sondergaard, but that was a good break by Leamington. Joe Parker, very much the architect. Morley just giving some instructions to his players who are waiting on the Wolverhampton back line. It's flicked forward by Maycock. Mason the spin, almost caught out Sondergaard, just kind of sliced at the effort on the half volley. Sondergaard just watched it all the way and caught it on his goal line. Anderson standing over this corner kick. It's towards the front post, met by the head of Perry, who can steer it clear, only as far as Maycock. Back to goal. Steers it around the corner to Anderson, who's still hugging the left touchline. Anderson inside to Parker. Parker looks to return the ball to Anderson, who continued to run into the penalty area, but it's swept clear by Wolves. Only as far as Morley, looking long for Edwards, who's peeled away at the back post for Leamington. Play across goal. Parker! Fantastic save by Sondergaard. Leamington should be ahead. Stephen Morley looking long to the right-hand side of the penalty area where Jack Edwards had peeled away. He won the header back across goal. It evaded Junior English in the centre, and Joe Parker was arriving at the back post. I think everyone looked for the linesman for the offside flag, which didn't come. Parker with a free header, and Sondergaard with a point-blank save. Must have been from about 4 yards out to deny Joe Parker what would have been his first Leamington goal, and what would have been the opener here. Lane looking for Anderson, who's turned his man really well, hugging the left touchline now. Came Anderson. Edwards looking to exchange passes with the winger, but he's just caught in possession, and now Wolves can look to counter-attack. It's a delightful ball played through to Dongahi, who's forced slightly wide, left-hand side, just 5 yards outside the Leamington penalty area. Dongahi drifting inside now, still going he, right-footed effort. Oh, that's a fantastic goal from Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is a brilliant opener, a solitary effort from Dongahi. He was found from the defensive position. It was a long ball up to him, which forced him wide on the left-hand side. Did really well to skip past about 4 Leamington players infield to the edge of the penalty area. And when he got there, he just curled a delightful effort into the far post, which evaded the dive of Jake Weaver and nestled in that top corner. And it's Wolverhampton Wanderers under-23s who lead in the quarter-final of the Birmingham Senior Cup. And Leamington find themselves behind. A real opportunity for Leamington to load the box with some bodies. Left-hand side, it's about 30 yards from goal. Stephen Morley, left-footed delivery, it's deep. Too deep as Sondergaard comes out to meet it. Gets 2 palms it. Parker on the edge of the penalty area, who struck a fierce half volley. But the referee's whistle gone. There's a foul in there somewhere, but Not convincing goalkeeping from Andreas Stonegard, who came out to meet Stefan Morley's deep free kick with his palms. It broke for Parker, who had his back to goal on the edge of the penalty area, just juggled it with it slightly before a snapshot volley, but it was well charged down by the black wall of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and the score remains 1-0 to the away side. Leamington can look to build once again. Weaver with a long field kick forward. Met in the midfield by Dunbar, who can flick on towards Anderson. It will break for Morley, the loose ball on the left-hand side, just inside the Wolverhampton Wanderers half. Anderson has it taken off his toe by Naya, but Naya is tackled by Maycock. Maycock gives the ball straight back to Wolves. Here's Wan, feeds the ball in towards Campbell on the spin. Campbell looks towards the right-hand side of the penalty area to He across the face of goal, and it's a really neat finish there by Rahul Naya, who doubles the Wolverhampton Wanderers lead 10 minutes into the second half. Well, that all came from nothing. It was a Leamington attack that broke down the right-hand side. It was Dong Dehi who broke away down the right flank into the penalty area, got to the byline, flashed the ball across the face of the goal in the 6-yard box, and Rahul Naya just scooping home with his instep, just a cheeky little back heel past Jake Weaver into the net from the 6-yard box, and he doubles the Wolverhampton Wanderers lead. Juan now midway inside the Wolverhampton Wanderers half. Perry. The Wanderers now just looking so comfortable in possession, but commentators curse. They give the ball away on the edge of their own penalty area. Parker with a snapshot from the edge of the D, which sails over the bar and over the Harbury Lane stand. Just kind of snapped at it. Joe Parker, I think he saw the side of goal, and his eyes just lit up as he snatched at the effort. Ball's played out toward Dallas Shaw, who takes it down well, the number 17 for Wolves. But is forced back towards his own goal, drifts inside and looks to fire a ball towards the front line. Taken off of Maycock by Perry. Perry now, still going Perry, left-footed shot is well tipped over by Jake Weaver from the edge of the penalty area. Taylor Perry bursting through the Wolves midfield after dispossessing Callum Maycock, and he got to the edge of the penalty area, pulled the trigger with his left foot, and it was a good diving save by Jake Weaver to his left-hand side, tip it over the crossbar. Taylor Perry, who has been highly praised amongst the Wolves ranks, who's made his first team debut versus Reading in the Carabao Cup, and even started in the round of 16 at Villa Park, where Wolves were unfortunately dumped out of the Carabao Cup competition, but he's looked very much a bright spark in that Wolves midfield. Headed on by Lane, it might break here for Campbell, who's away into the penalty area. Campbell to seal it for Wolves. Good save by Weaver as Campbell looked at dinking over him, and Weaver's done really well there to gather at Campbell's feet. Weaver stood strong though, singing out a big right palm. Sonnegaard will be in no rush to take this as the referee decides to call it a night here at the Phillips 66, where Leamington crash out of the Birmingham Senior Cup at the quarter-final stage. Their title defence is over. It's 2 trophy exits in a week. Their hunt for a trophy this season is over as they are beaten here at the Phillips 66 by a very impressive Wolverhampton Wanderers youth side by 2-0.
Paul, a very hard night out there against a very good Wolves side, especially after 120 minutes played this weekend. Probably not what you needed. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think you could probably see it. I mean, listen, first and foremost, I was really impressed with them because they mixed the game up a little bit. It wasn't predictable. Sometimes, they probably hit more diags than us. And, they're very good, very sharp. Listen, from our point of view, it's there's 5-6 players missing. We've limited width selection due to the rules, and then we've got lads. Not just the fact that we've played with 10 men for so long on Saturday. I think emotionally it's took it out of us a little bit Saturday as well. But listen, it's done now. That's where we are. I mean, we got sort of deep into the trophy, which was a good experience. And I think if we'd have played that game 10 times, we'd have won it 9 times. It wasn't to be. And like you say tonight, we could have done with a free week. But listen, it is what it is. It's not a bad thing for us at the moment. I mean, sometimes, as we've seen years gone by, if the fixtures fall well and and probably if you haven't made too many changes to your squad and everyone's available for the competition, we've had some great days in this and nights. So yeah, but tonight it was probably a game too much for us tonight, and probably playing a possession-based team after Saturday was on a heavy pitch as well was really difficult, and you can see we weren't quite right. But listen, we had our chances of that. I mean, they were clinical, as well. Especially the first goal. Wow. But early doors we had a couple of three good chances and whatever. So we were in the game. But listen, I was absolutely devastated to go out Saturday, but I'm not too fussed about tonight. To be fair, I just think where the squad is at the moment, the few injuries we've got. And I just think we probably just need to concentrate on the last sort of 15 league games. The really tough schedule we've had is going to carry on, till next Tuesday. Another couple of tough away games. Then it settles down a bit. We go more Saturday to Saturday. Got some home games coming up, and just got to try and get everyone right. And we just need to get sort of back on the bus, shall we say, and start picking up some points.